Warning. This video contains words that are outlawed. For your safety, the loving and caring communists of Canada have deleted all forbidden words. All hail, glorious leader Justin Castro. Praise and blessings be on his name.
All right, Stefan, are you there? Welcome back.
Hi, Jeff. I'm here.
All right, we won't ask where here is, but you're safe for the moment, anyway.
There are zombies moving about in the wilderness, but where I'm at's pretty safe.
Yeah. Are you thinking about, I don't want any specific personal material, but are you thinking about moving south? You're up in Canada somewhere. We won't narrow it down, but are you thinking about relocating? A lot of people have this feeling that I'm not exempt from that. I want to get the hell away from as many people as I can. Not that I'm better than they are, but so many of them have been vaxxed. So many of them are exuding spike protein, maybe more, maybe mRNA viral strands. We don't know. Things are going on here that are very, very nefarious is too kind of word. They're satanic, they're evil, they are deadly. And I'm just wondering if you have that feeling you want to get away too. Maybe you're in a pretty rural location now. I don't know, but just in general, you sense what I'm talking about, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm in a rural area. I'm surrounded by Mennonites and farm fields. But yeah, I want to get out of Canada. Oh my God, I want to get out of this country so bad. It's a communist shithole. Make no mistake.
It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
You know, the Canada I knew when I backpacked through Europe when I was 16 years old, I was proud to sew a Canadian flag on the back of my backpack. Everywhere I went, people would always say, "Oh, Canada! Oh, that's wonderful!" You know, and because to be honest with you, Jeff, the U.S. flag on the back of your backpack didn't make you a lot of friends back in the 70s because it was still the Vietnam War. You know what was going on. And anyways, look, I was once proud of this country. I can't stand it anymore. The people, the government, the media, everything is just, it's so degraded and degenerate. It makes me sick to be around here anymore because I remember the good times, Jeff. I remember them. I remember when we had, okay, wait for it, folks, freedom. That's all gone now. That's all gone. Thanks to Damien Castro and his ilk. But yeah, I want to go to the States. I've lived in the States for many years. I lived in California for 12 years and been all over the States. And I have a very generous offer from a person in North Carolina up in the Appalachians. He's got 3,000 acres. They're willing to pay my travel expenses. They want me to come down there. They want me to build a community. But, you know, it's the logistics, Jeff. It's, you know, I got to get my car on the road. That's going to cost me $3,000. I got to get some kind of a health insurance. You know, I'm looking at American health insurance. It's like $3,000 a month. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you effing kidding me?
Well, no, you just take care of yourself and you don't get sick, all right? Well, that's health insurance.
That's health insurance. And, you know, here we're covered supposedly under the Canadian health insurance. But it used to work about 40 years ago. But now you go anywhere and every waiting room, every hospital waiting room, everywhere you go, it's absolutely jam-packed to the rafter with recent immigrants and refugees, you know. So you can wait 4 hours to see a doctor if you're lucky.
Well, so the vaunted Canadian healthcare system is finished as well.
Oh yeah, it's gone. It's gone now. But you know, the thing is, they've brought in a lot of immigrants. You know, they are lying about how many they brought in. They say, oh, you know, 20,000, 500,000. I know it's a lot more than that. They're streaming in every day because I know people. You know, I have insider connections in the immigration department, and they tell me how many come in. You know, it's way more than they're letting on.
They're actually flying them in. They're not walking in like they're walking across the southern border. They're being flown in. There's transit being given to them.
Oh, absolutely. And then they're met at the airport, and they're given hotels hotels, and everything is paid for.
Right.
And
What are go ahead and identify them as you understand them. Are these Arabs? Are they Latinos? Are they sub-Saharan Black Africans, or are they all of the above? They're trying to bring
they're
the
all
country
of the
down,
above.
is what
They're
they're
all
doing.
of the above. For some reason, we have a big hard-on for Somalians, which, if you look at African Q distribution, Somalian is like way down at the bottom of African
This
IQ.
is Look. This is not has nothing whatsoever to do with racism. This is science fact, and it's true. We have 125,000 of them in Minneapolis, I believe. That's the round number that is usually kicked around, and they are, for whatever reason, saddled with IQs that are around 50, 60, 65.
Yes. Yeah.
Very, very, very primitive, very simple.
Yep.
And it's just what they are. The best way to destroy a society, a social culture, is to inject it with people who cannot function.
That's
They
right.
cannot function
Yeah.
at this level. First world to them, they might as well try and fly to Mars. They can't do it, won't do it, don't want to do it, and they need to go home.
Yeah. Yeah. No, did I ever tell you the story about the two people that quit? They were working for the immigration department in Canada, and they quit because they were so disgusted. Did I tell you that
No.
story? So I got this story from a friend of mine who's OPP, which is a Ontario Provincial Police, which is like state police there in the States, right? And he told me that he knew two immigration officers, both women, and they both quit over ethical concerns. And the reason they quit was, first of all, they got an order from on high that no matter what, you should not approve any immigration visa for anyone from England, Ireland, or Scotland. Now, Canada was built by the English, the Scottish, and the Irish. Those were the immigrants that came over here, 300 years ago. They built this country. And it doesn't matter if you're an Irish doctor or if you're a Scottish business entrepreneur or if you're an English math professor. Under no circumstances will you be allowed to immigrate to Canada. So the first girl quit when she received that order.
Right.
Then they got an application. The second woman got an application from a man from Liberia, which is the shithole of shitholes. So she did a background check on him, and she pulled up a photograph of this man. It turns out he was one of these warlords, and he had these child armies, 9-year-olds with AK-47s.
Child soldiers.
Child
Yeah, yeah.
soldiers, right? And these child soldiers, there was a Vice video done on them, and they were videotaped eating the raw heart of their enemies. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
I'm aware.
right? So here's the guy that's leading them, right? These are 9-year-old kids with AK-47s, and they're taught to be cannibals, to eat the raw meat of their fallen enemies.
It gives them strength.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
gives them, it's big mojo, big juju, right? And so this guy applied for immigration status to Canada. This is the warlord. And so the immigration officer, she looked him up. She found a photograph of this warlord urinating on the severed head of a UN peacekeeper.
Yep. Bring
So-
him on in.
Well,
Bring 'em
guess
on
what?
down.
The order came down from above. Let this guy in. Bring him on in. This was 20 years
Oh,
ago.
that was right.
No, because they wanted to reject him. This immigration officer said, "Well, look, how's he going to make a
I
good
got it.
citizen? He runs an army of child cannibals, for Christ's sakes." There's a picture of him urinating on a UN peacekeeper's severed head. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Canadian material. This is
Well, they
something.
want him to be able to be starting up something like that in Canada when the time
Well,
is right.
that's exactly what happened, because the guy ended up moving into a town not too far from where I lived a year ago, and he was recently shot. That's why this all came up again. He was shot, and he was shot by rival drug dealers. So he's been
Was he
here.
shot permanently? Let's hope.
Yes. Thank God he was shot and he's killed. And he was, of course, when he got into the country, he set up his own crime network as usual. What, you think he went to work at Starbucks or something like that? No. And finally,
Perfect.
but for 20 years, I've been paying for him, okay? I've been paying for his rent. I've been paying for his medical care. I've been paying for his food. I've been paying for his cell phone. I've been paying for his car. I've been paying for his kids' education. We have been paying for this son of a bitch for the last 20 years. And it came from above, from up in the high offices of government. No, do not reject this guy. This is Canadian material. Let him in. So there you go, Jeff.
Yeah.
If you want to know if you really want to understand the immigration situation, that's it. No white people allowed, no South Africans. And we try to, there's been a movement to try and have Canada accept some of the refugees from South Africa while they're being genocided by the communist RNC, African, whatever. ANC party. Thank you, Jeff. But they won't let
I listen. I've tried on this program many times to encourage exactly that we should take. There are only about 3 or 4 million of them whites there.
Yep.
40 million blacks. We should bring every one of them over here to
Yes.
this country. Give them a piece of land, right?
Yep.
Give them a chunk of New Mexico, whatever. They'll turn it into a beautiful, beautiful place. They will be on their own within a year. They will not be lifetime welfare recipients. These are extraordinary people, the South Africans. Tough. Yeah. We need to bring them all here. I push this for years. Nothing. No, not one congressman or senator would introduce a bill that say these people are facing genocide. We need to bring them here. Nobody would do it.
No.
And I'm glad to hear somebody's talking about it up there too.
Well, just me, Jeff.
Bravo, and bless you for it, because it's one of the most outrageous things on the planet.
It is. And I mean,
talk about racism and hate. That it's just. Oh.
And these people perfectly fit the definition of refugee. They're escaping a country where they are being slaughtered.
Textbook.
It's textbook. So, anyways, that's the truth about immigration, Jeff. It's got nothing to do with helping people from third world. It's about importing the worst of the worst. Why would they?
It's been weaponized.
It's been weaponized, theory. Exactly. But listen, I'm quite the expert on strategy, if I may say so. But this is an ancient strategy. This is what the Mongols did when they swept across from Mongolia and they swept across the Caucasus and Central Asia into Europe. What they would do is, once they took over a city, they would round up the people and they would whip them ahead of them, and so that they would now arrive at the gates of the next city, begging to be let in and begging to be fed and begging to be saved. So the next city would open the gates, because after all they're kin, and they would let them in. But because they took in all these refugees, they were completely weakened by it. And then the Mongols would attack them. They're so overwhelmed with trying to take care of the refugees, and they don't have enough food, and there's total chaos. The Mongols would attack. Okay, they would take that city. Then they would round up all the people, whip them down the road to the next city. Flooding your enemy with refugees is the 4,000-year-old tactic in warfare. And this is what is happening now. We are in a war, and the fact that we're being flooded by refugees constantly is a tactic of the New World Order to destroy our country, to weaken it so that we cannot mount a defense. That's what it's about.
That's it in a nutshell. That's right. That's exactly right. You've been known for your wonderful, I call them little theater vignettes for the mind. You've got another one. It's a short. I hope you do more of them. These are very special, every one of them. The way you narrate them, the way they're put together. This has to deal with contemporary issues, of course, most specifically the kill shot. All right? So this could be even titled The Kill Shot. So it's a video, and it's under Stefan's name and guess. And let's, you mind if we play it?
Up to you, Jeff. I'm fine with whatever you want.
All right, here we go. Take the drink or else, a modern parable.
I offer for your consideration the following scenario. A woman, Jane, is sitting alone at a table having lunch, and suddenly a man walks up and puts a drink down on the table.
Hi, I'm from the government, and I want you to have this drink.
No, thank you.
But it's free.
No, I don't want it.
Look how pretty it looks. It's got an umbrella, and it's got a sword through a cherry.
No,
I really think you should have this drink.
no,
It's good for you. It will save your life.
I don't know what's in it.
You don't need to know what's in it. You just have to trust the science.
I still don't want it.
But I really want you to have this drink.
What don't you understand about no?
If you take the drink, we'll buy you a free hamburger.
No,
I'm going to give one of these drinks to your kids, too.
I don't think so.
If you don't take the drink, you'll be killing your grandmother.
I don't think so.
Then another man approaches the table.
Hello, I'm your local news anchor. I get paid a lot of money to lie to you every day because I've got a friendly face, and you're stupid enough to believe everything I say. And I think you should take this drink.
No,
Then another man walks up to the table.
I'm your local sports celebrity. I'm as dumb as a box of rocks, but I know what I like, and I like money. And they'll pay me money to say whatever they want me to say. So I think you should take this drink.
no,
Then another man walks up to the table.
Hello, I'm a fraud of a medical doctor. I get paid by the big pharmaceutical companies to promote their poisons, and I think you should take this drink.
no,
Then a woman walks up to the table and says,
Hello, I'm a vacuous, narcissistic celebrity. I really can't think very much for myself, but I will say whatever my agent tells me I should say. And I think you should take this drink.
no,
and then another man walks up to the table and says,
Hello, I'm your local mayor. I get paid by the big corporations to do whatever they tell me to do. And they told me to come up here and tell you to take that drink.
no,
and then another man walks up to the table and says,
Hi, I'm your senator. No, wait. I'm your vice president. What? I'm your president. Oh, come on, man. I've been working for the bankers ever since they filmed me raping a 6-year-old back in 1963, which was almost 180 years ago. And I'm telling you, you got to take that drink. We all got to take that drink. Come on, man. Here's the deal. Take the drink.
no,
Then the man from the government returns and says,
Listen, lady, if you don't take that drink, you won't be able to leave this restaurant.
I said no.
If you don't take that drink, we're going to fire you from your job.
I still don't want it.
If you don't take the drink, we're going to bring the soldiers in here, we're going to hold you down, and we're going to force it down your throat.
I said I don't want the fucking drink.
Jane was arrested and charged as a domestic terrorist. She was hauled off to a freedom camp and was never heard from again. Her children were all given a drink, and unfortunately, they passed away shortly thereafter. Later, Jane's table was implicated in the child sex trafficking ring, but at least Jane got one of them.
Let me, for some reason,
I don't wear
that
comfortable shoes.
it skipped at the end there, but you got the message. Another little mini masterpiece by Stefan Verstappen. Just great.
Well,
Got it all
thank
summed
you,
up
Jeff.
there. Yeah.
Well, thanks, Jeff. Well, listen, I mean, if you don't get anything else, get this. You've got every psychopath in the world urging you to drink the magic potion. They even dragged out that old vampire Tony Blair out of his bloody crypt and started parading him around telling people to get the candy. I mean,
Yeah.
if that isn't clue enough, oh my God, what don't even if you don't understand the science behind this, that's fine. Most people don't understand science because they stopped teaching science already 30 years ago. But at least understand that you've got every villain in the world urging you to take this drink, to go along with it. And they're rolling out every celebrity and every sports star and every politician to be honest with you, they're all psychopaths. They're all part of some pedophile ring, or otherwise they wouldn't be in those positions of power. And they want you to take this. They really, really, really want you to take this. To
Yeah.
me, that's all the proof I need to never go near
All
this
the proof.
crap.
Right there.
Right there.
We got to take a break here. Yeah, hold on. That in and of itself is proof beyond positive that you should have nothing to do with it. They're overselling it. They're giving you the bum's rush. It's been going on now for 7 months since the first of the year.
Yep.
And people are waking up. And the saddest of all are those who are intelligent people who actually bought into it and now have terrible remorse. And they're very, very concerned. All right, hold on a minute. We'll be right back with Stefan as we continue on this Friday night. Okay, and we're back with the remarkable Stefan Verstappen. I remember the first time I heard one of Stefan's, we'll call them little melodramatic dramatizations of brutal reality. I was just stunned, and they are really pieces of art in a political sense, and I hope you continue doing them. There's a little 4-minute vignette right there. Told a lot. Who was the woman speaking that said, "No, I don't want to drink"? Who was that?
That was.
I don't want her name. I mean, was it somebody you know? Did you get this from a theater group or whatever? She was superb.
I wish.
With that voice.
I know that was a computer-generated voice.
I'm amazed. They've got them down pat, don't they? Look at that.
Uh-huh. You see, and all the other voices, yeah, that's me, but I had to run it through Audacity. It's this audio software editing program.
Yeah.
And
I get that.
And I had to change everything about it because I'm not good at voices. I wish I had, if I had a group of people, I could do, remember the old radio days where they would, do dramas on radio only, right? And I wish I had a team of voice actors that
you
could
did
work
all
with.
those voices, and with a little software, you made them sound their own, similarly, but
yeah, I tried
all
to make them
different.
sound as different from my natural voice as possible, so I would.
The only way I could tell was because of I have a pretty good ear. I've been listening for a long time to voices.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
The cadence. The cadence.
Oh.
Your own little cadence. I could pick it up and I said, "That's Stefan. I know the cadence." Anyway, no one else could tell.
Yeah.
Superb.
Well, thank you. But again, it's not me. I'm not great at voice talent, but I wanted to do it. It just came to me in the morning and I had it done by the afternoon. I thought, okay. But the interesting thing about this video is that it's fully monetized. There's a website you can go to where you can type in names and it will give you or type in words and it will give you a printout of how likely that word will be flagged by the YouTube algorithm, right? So what I do is in my videos, I avoid those words. Because the thing is, we have to be more cunning than the sons of bitches that are waging this war on us, right? And what I've tried to do is be cunning enough to get a message through YouTube without YouTube knowing. I'm on all the other sites, BitChute and Minds and all that, but I'll be honest with you, I got almost 15,000 on YouTube subscribers, which is still a small channel. But on, BitChute, I've been on there 6 years. I get like 36 subscribers. So we have to use
36 after 6 years?
Yeah,
What's the deal?
I don't know. Like, I don't do a lot to promote myself, and I don't have a lot of time for social media and Twitter and all that nonsense. Who's got time for this? It's like Gurdjieff said, pouring from the empty into the void. what am I accomplishing by spending all this time on social media? Well, okay, I got to
Nothing.
promote. No, but other than to promote myself, sell myself, and I don't like to do that too much. I mean,
Let your work sell yourself.
that's
Your
what I
work will
say
do it.
too, Jeff. That's what I say too. I don't have a fancy channel. I don't have fancy intros and all that. All I do is I try to speak the truth, and that truth will resonate with people that are looking for truth. And whether I sell it or I don't, those people will hear the truth and they will become a subscriber and they listen to me. And I got a very loyal following. They're great people. And the people that can't handle the truth aren't ready for it, then no matter how much salesmanship you put into it, what good is it going to do them? It won't find a home in their being. So that's the way it is, Jeff.
Yeah, I do. North Carolina. You got to be careful of rattlesnakes. I understand. Other than that, it's beautiful, beautiful place. There are a lot of good places. I don't know much about North Carolina. There was a story today. I think it was today out of North Carolina. They've got problems there.
I know.
Most states do.
Everybody
Most
does.
states do.
Yeah, it's
So,
everywhere.
Communism is the irrepressible malignancy that is moving through virtually every square inch of our culture and society.
It's horrifying.
It's communism.
Yeah.
What it is.
It's horrifying. And that's partly why, I've been coming up with what I've been trying to do with some of my videos. Well, anyways, sorry. Let me just backtrack quickly to Take the Drink or Else. But you have to understand that this is a very anti-vax video, right? And it's even advocating violence because Jane shoots the guy at the end. Yeah, look, if they're going to shove it down your throat, now's the time to shoot somebody, right? If they're going to hold you down.
That's going to happen as people realize the gravity of what has been done to them.
Yeah.
There are those who, when they become ill, they're going to take people down with them.
Yeah.
They're not going to go out quietly.
Yeah.
This is going to happen.
Yeah.
And they get to a point where they're ready to check out. They say, hell, I'm not going to go. I'm taking people, some of those SOBs with me.
Yeah.
They're going.
Yeah.
And that's going to happen. You'll
Yeah.
see. It's all by design. It's part of the plan.
Yeah, they
want that to happen.
They want it to happen. I know they want it. They want us to rise up and start shooting people because they're ready for that. That will give them the excuse to, haul out the big guns and mow everybody down. They want that. But on the other hand, the provocation against us, and by us I mean sane human beings that still have
Sure.
a soul, still appreciate freedom and truth. They want us to rise up. The provocation is endless. Everywhere you go, you're being provoked into, reacting with, being snubbed and insulted and threatened. Eventually,
and beaten down with fear. Look, that's provocative too. And
Yeah.
This whole last year and a half has been one incredible exercise in the dynamics of mass mind control
Yes.
and fear porn. I have never seen anything like it. And
No.
people are so tired out. I don't blame them at all. They're
Yeah.
just worn out.
Yeah, they
And
are.
it's if what's coming is what we think is coming, and I see no other way to analyze it at this point, there are going to be a lot of very angry people who took the drink.
And there's going to be a
You
lot
wait.
of dead people. I was speaking to a girl was urging to talk to me on Facebook. She kept saying, "Can I talk to you? Can I talk to you?" And while I talk to a lot of people, and sometimes I charge for it, and most times I just don't because they're people that need somebody to talk to once in a while. That they get the feeling that somebody cares about them, and
I do understand.
because so many people out there right now, they're alone. They have, no friends, and they have no family members. It's part of communism. Communism destroys family relations, and I can't tell you how many people that I have spoken to, and I asked them. I said, "Well, do you have family? No. Do you have children? No. Do you have a spouse? No. Do you have friends? No." I'm all alone. I think like you. I just wanted to talk to somebody that thinks like me because I don't know anybody around me that I can talk to. So I will talk to them. Anyways, I had this one girl, so young lady, 28 years old, and after a little bit of chit chat, she says, "Well, listen, can I ask you a question?" I said, "Sure, darling, whatever you want." She
How are
says,
you doing this communication, Stefan? By text, by email, or by FaceTime, or whatever the hell they call it?
"No,
How are you
usually
doing this?
Skype or Zoom. Usually Skype or Zoom."
Okay.
Yeah,
So you can actually see the person.
yeah. Mind you, I keep
Okay.
my camera turned off because, like I like to tell people that if the ladies in the audience were to see my rugged handsomeness, they would swoon, and I want to make sure there's somebody there to catch them. I believe in
Yeah.
safe consultations.
Truly a kind heart. I knew it.
I'm
All right.
always thinking of everyone else. Anyway,
Yes.
but no, I don't like to be on camera. I'm a behind the camera.
I don't. Listen. I did my stint on that. I've had enough. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't like it. I don't like it.
All right. So what happened
So she asked me, she
to
said,
this lady?
"Are we going to make it?" This is what young people are thinking about. This is
Wow.
she's 28-year-old young lady. She's cute and she's spunky and she's holding down three jobs to make, try and pay the bills, and
Her whole life's ahead of her.
whole life should be ahead of her. I was saying that to another lady the other day. I said, she should be going out and traveling the world like I did when I was that age, and she should be dating nice
Yeah.
men, and maybe getting married and having kids, and none of that's going to happen for her, and she doesn't even know if we're going to make it as a society. And it kind of set me back, Jeff. It's you and I. We're a little bit long in the tooth. We've had a good life. We've seen a lot. We've lived a lot. But what I feel bad for is the young people today. What kind of world are we leaving them? And all you other people that are Jeff and my age and that have kids that are 28, what are you leaving your kids? I mean, you've had a good life. We've all had a good life, relatively speaking. We were born and raised in North America. We had a lot of freedom, a lot of money compared to the rest of the world.
And it wasn't Somalia, was it?
It wasn't Somalia, exactly. And what have you done with it? What have you given back? And more important, what have you left the next generation to deal with? You bastards, you sons of bitches. You just sat on your fat ass and let this all happen. Not just to you, because, your days are numbered, but to your kids. That this 28-year-old girl, her biggest question for me was, will we make it? I feel bad about that. But this is what we've left. This is what the world
she
has come
summed it. Stefan, she summed it all up. That's the dilemma of intelligent younger people.
Yeah.
They literally are asking the ultimate existential question.
Yeah.
Will we make it?
And when I couldn't answer her.
How can it have come to this so quickly? The plan. That's how it happened. I know how. I'm just being rhetorical.
Yes.
I know how it happened. But to actually see it, feel it, sense it, it's bad. It's difficult. And loneliness, you put your finger on it. We are entering the communist age, the Bolshevik age of loneliness.
Yes.
That's going to be more and more a hallmark for what's left of this culture, a lonely culture.
Yeah.
To find someone that you can honestly share reasonable similarities with, and life is going to be very difficult. These dating services are dangerous. People go on them and they present themselves as something that they aren't. They're all perfect. From what I've read a few essays about this. I looked at one once and I couldn't believe it. Every damn one of them sounded like they were perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's lies. You never know. There's an old saying, you never know someone until you divorce them.
Well, my old saying was, you never know someone unless you spend 5 minutes in a boxing ring with them.
That too. Yeah, that too.
Jeff,
All right,
speaking to...
now, yes, go ahead.
Because I know we only have about 10 minutes left. speaking to what you just mentioned about the loneliness, let me offer a solution to that, something that we can do.
Good.
And
Good.
this is excerpted from my upcoming book, The Complete Guide to Forming Communities for Mutual Aid, Support, and Charity. Because we all know we have to come together, but the problem is, Jeff, nobody knows how to work together anymore. Nobody knows how to be a part of a community. Everybody's so narcissistic and paranoid and up in their own heads. Anyways, I'm trying to trying to offer a solution. But here's one. It's called a Checkin Club. And this is extremely important because, especially for people that live alone, and originally it was sort of designed around seniors, but this is for everybody. And a Checkin Club is very simple. Costs no money to organize, no money to operate. You don't need any papers or anything like this. It's just a verbal agreement with people. And this is what a Checkin Club is. A Checkin Club is you have a list of people that you will phone every day for 5 minutes. And it might be only like 2 or 3 people on the list, but you can use what we call a telephone tree. So if, I phone 3 people, and each of those 3 people phone another 3 people, and each of them phone another.
Wonderful idea.
Right?
Really a good idea. Great idea.
That way you can communicate to, 100 people in 10 minutes. And all it is you phone the person, and you say, "How you doing today, Bob? How you feeling? Did you get enough to eat? Did you take your medication, if they need medication? And did you see any of your kids?" Just spend 5 minutes seeing how they're doing. Now, there have been studies that have proven that among elderly people, the fact that somebody would check in on them once a day reduces dementia, reduces Alzheimer, reduces arthritis, helps with diabetes, and helps with high blood pressure. Just the fact that somebody gave enough of a shit about you to call you and just say, "How's it going?" So this is what we can do. You can set it up. You can email friends and people that need to do this. And this is sort of what I've been doing with talking to these people too, Jeff. I'll call them and just to say, "How's it going?" And they're thrilled that somebody called them because they're living alone. They're all by themselves. They have no friends. They have no family. And Stefan calls and says, "Well, how's it going this week? How are things up in Washington State?"
This is a fabulous concept. So simple, so human and humane, and I hope and you all out there could start it up by yourselves anytime. You don't need a rule book. It's just all about care. That's really nice. What a nice thing.
Yeah, and we know who these people are. You know the people that are your friends on Facebook and they think just like you, and they're your friends on Twitter and they think just like you, but you know that they're all alone. So send them an email and say, "Listen, give me your phone number. I'll call you on Skype, or I'll call you on Facebook, telephone, or whatever. I'm going to call you every day." And it doesn't have to be every day. It could be once a week. Even once a week would be helpful, But
well said.
Why not make it once a day, once every 2 days, once every 3 days? Up to you. You can decide.
Especially if the people are not working, and they've got time on their mind. Just time. Yeah. So break that time up. Give them a little breather. Yeah. This is really a wonderful idea. Very simple.
Very simple. And again, it's a way of forming a community because you become a community with the people that you talk to. There's
very
hundreds of ways of forming communities, and we have to form communities to fight the evil overlord communism that's coming down on us. But one little thing that we can do, and it keeps everybody's spirits up. Oh, and most importantly, it helps to prevent suicide. Because suicides happen when depressed people sit alone in their house, locked in, locked down, terrified. Nobody to speak to. Nobody comes by to visit. And day after day after day, and they're not even speaking to another human being. Yeah, maybe they're texting something, maybe they're commenting on a post. It's not the same. We need to talk to each other, and most importantly, although this won't be possible with the Checkin Club, But most importantly, we need to be in the physical presence of other human beings while we talk. Telephone is second best, and text messages are third best. But if you can do that right now, you will prevent people from killing themselves because they're sitting alone.
One Skype or one Zoom, 5 minutes could. You're exactly right.
Could make the
Nailed
difference. Yep. Could make the difference. So, anyways, I just wanted to give out one potential solution because, one of the purposes of me coming on Friday nights is to give some little bit of advice that will help people right away. So that's it for
great
this Friday.
Concept, Stefan. Really, I hope people pick it up. All the years of doing this program, I get email. Not. I just don't have time. I wish I did to answer every one of them, but some of them that I see are from people who are what we would call shut-ins for whatever reason. Either they're physically disabled or they're economically, financially disabled or their family has turned their backs on them, whatever. There are an awful lot of people who listen to this program who are in that category. And you people out there know that this program cares about you or we wouldn't be here. And I think that's a check-in in and of itself. And I think what Stefan has just said is something that all of you can apply to help some of those you know who are in similar situations. So let's do that. That's great. Thank you for that. That was a great gift, Stefan, really.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure.
Okay. Talk to you next Friday. You take care.
Yeah, you too, Jeff. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Stefan Verstappen, and that was a gift.
Warning, our neurosensors have detected subversive thoughts. We will now activate our 5G control towers and erase the last 42 minutes of your memory. Stand by.